Eucharistic Miracle of Sokolka, Poland, 2008. On October 12, 2008, at the church dedicated to Saint Anthony of Sokółka, the Holy Mass at 8:30 a.m. was celebrated by a young vicar, Filip Zdrodowski. During communion, unknowingly, the host fell from the hands of one of the priests. A woman kneeling and ready to receive the Eucharist reacted in a way to make him notice the dropped host. The priest, paralyzed from fright and believing the host fell onto a dirty floor, he placed it into the vasculum, a small silver vessel which contains the water utilized by priests to wash their fingers after distributing communion. At the end of the Holy Mass, the sacristan, Sister Julia Dubowska, took the vasculum with the host and poured it into another vessel for added safety. She then locked the vessel in a safe where the chalices were kept. A week later, on Sunday, October 19th, around 8 a.m., Sister Dubowska opened the safe and found the host almost dissolved, but it had some strange red clots in the center. She immediately called the priests in to show them what she discovered. Although the host was mostly dissolved, only a small piece of the consecrated bread was left and was now tightly interconnected to the substance that appeared on its surface. Actually, part of the host was joined to that strange red clot. The pastor of Saint Anthony of Sokółka then contacted the Metropolitan Curia of Białystok, Archbishop Edward Ozorowski, the Chancellor of the Curia. The priests, as well as two professors, examined the host and, astounded, decided to wait for the development of the events to see what would happen next. On October 29th, the vessel containing the host was brought into the parish chapel and locked in the tabernacle overnight. The next day, on order of the Archbishop, Father Niejako, with a small spoon, delicately removed the partially dissolved host with the blood-colored substance on its interior and placed it on a pure white corporal with a red cross embroidered on its center. The corporal was kept in the case used for keeping and carrying the hosts, to be then locked again in the tabernacle. Over time, the host fused with the corporal, and the red clot dried. At this time, two scientists of global fame and specialists in pathological anatomy at the Medical University of Białystok were consulted. The Metropolitan Curia of Białystok has released this declaration concerning the Eucharistic miracle that occurred at Sokolka. 1. On October 12, 2008, a consecrated host fell out of the hands of a priest while he was distributing Holy Communion. He picked it up and placed it in a vessel filled with water in the tabernacle. After Mass, the vessel containing the host was placed in a safe present in the sacristy. 2. On October 19, 2008, after opening the safe, one could clearly see a red stain on the host that had fallen, which with the naked eye immediately gave the impression of being a blood stain. 3. On October 29, 2008, the vessel containing the host was transferred to the tabernacle of the chapel of the rectory. The next day, the host was removed from the water contained in the vessel and placed on a corporal inside the tabernacle. 4. On January 7, 2009, the sample of the host was taken and examined independently by two professionals in histopathology at the University of Medicine of Bialystok. They issued a common declaration which states, quote, "The sample sent for evaluation looks like myocardial tissue. In our opinion, of all the tissues of living organisms, this is the one that resembles it the most." Close quote. 5. The Commission has noted that the analyzed host is the same one that has been moved from the sacristy to the tabernacle in the chapel of the rectory. Intervention by a third party has not been found. 6. The case of Sokolka does not contradict the faith of the Church, but rather confirms it. This miracle was taken from the book entitled The Eucharistic Miracles of the World, presented by the Real Presence Eucharistic Education and Adoration Association. A link to their organization and a link to purchase their book is posted above or below this video.